You're still watching News Hour live on GBC News and on GTV. Now, Waste Segregation and Composting Movement and Say No to Single-Use Plastics in partnership with Environmental Protection Agency have launched the Eco Champions Ghana initiative. Eco Champions is a global organization poised in using education for sustainable development programs, especially in environmental management.
Eco Champions is a Brahma Kumaris environmental initiative.
We have in terms of plastic waste is a project called Say No to Plastics.
This is to ensure the achievement of SDG 6 and 13 by 2030.
Do whatever little you can.
First, to bring you warm congratulations from the EPA to the Eco Champions Ghana. I see this as an opportunity to forge a new partnership between the agency, for that matter between government and a group such as this.
Eco Champions recognizes individuals who positively contribute to sustainable living and encourage communities and even local councils to support green initiatives. Eco Champions, since 2007, have recognized individuals who go the extra mile for the environment in various ways.
I live 10 years away from the ocean in the hinterlands of Switzerland. The ocean has bad news now too. I come from an unconventional way of trying to make change in many respects. Right? I am not a marine biologist. I do not study the environment. You'd be surprised. When I started the Zero Waste movement in Switzerland, which was about 7 years ago when we started, we were laughed at. Until we started popping up Zero Waste stores in and around Zurich, to the extent that a company like Coke and Migros, which are our biggest suppliers of food, started replacing their plastic bags with reusable bags, because they saw the youth popping up in shops. And the whole movement started online.
So the Ghana Food Movement, the whole idea is to connect people across the food value chain in Ghana and not only inspire them to celebrate our local cuisine and local ingredients, but also to connect people and break these silos. Because people in Ghana, we do business in silos and everybody does their thing in their own corner. The Ghana Food Movement is to destroy those barriers and to get people to connect. One of our key node programs is called Farm Accra, and this is discussion. She saw the introduction of that program, but basically we got funding, and the idea of the Farm Accra is to have a farm in the city, have youth come in, and then we train the youth on how to simply become a farmer. So we give them a seedling, we teach them little tricks, breaking eggshells, for instance, putting the eggshells in the soil, enriches it with calcium. Taking banana peels and putting it in the water, gives it ferments a bit and it becomes a fertilizer.
The launch is to create awareness to go green by separating waste whilst coming out with positive ways to reduce plastic pollution that affects marine life.
My name is Dr. Grace Lopez Charles, and I am here as the director of the Brahma Kumaris in Ghana. We are not aware that the greatest pollution is our thought pollution.
Having worked in the agency for so many years, there are several lessons that we have learned. And for me, one of the key ones is the fact that the waste problem is a human problem. It relates to our behavior. It's our behavioral issue. We've had cases where facilities have been placed at various points, and people have refused to even put their waste in.
The Eco Champions is one of our brainchild. It's actually powered by Brahma Kumaris Environment Initiative. And so we decided to start our own sector in Ghana.
The issue I've been asked to talk about is what is the way forward. We have several initiatives as far as waste is concerned.
It starts with awareness. The current environmental emergency is a clear call to transform our awareness, encourage everyone to feel that we are the guardians of the earth's resources. We can help each other to grow in the awareness of our natural world as a living system. For evolution, this is the #1 environmental risk to public health. The Agbogbloshie dump site is Accra's #1 air pollutant. Burning of electronic parts that unleashes carcinogenic compounds into the air.
There are several types of waste. Plastic is just one of them. Electronic waste, as was mentioned as a main culprit for air pollution, is another one. We have the municipal waste is also another one to manage. And there are several responses that you have to deal with. We also have the industrial waste that comes out from the various processes that we have in our industries.
The second is water pollution. And this is dangerous. It is damaging to the general health because of lack of clean water, poor sanitation, also the discharge of environmental particles and waste into the water system. The third is plastic bags, plastic pollution.
What is challenging us today is the plastics, which has an effect led to a serious concern for our marine ecosystem. As far as plastics are concerned, the key response initially was to promote waste segregation, source waste segregation.
That every Brahma Kumari center in every country of the world functions as an environmental friendly sector.
Source waste segregation. Way back in 2013, the EPA launched a pilot scheme to segregate waste at source. And the scheme was piloted within the ministry's enclave. The issue was that, was it the right place to even pilot it? Because most of the waste are generated from our homes. But we felt that, okay, we have a more organized setting to try and test something. 60 institutions participated. The support of the private sector, Zoomlion and Jakura and others, we set up the system. A review showed us that we needed to work more on the behavior of our people. So you have the bins all right. You know, you have bins for plastics, for paper, and then others. And you find plastics with the paper. So that was one. The other thing we learned was that we needed champions in the various institutions who drive this process. So I'm glad that Eco Champions, we are today going to launch it, and hopefully we can work with you to at least fill a certain vacuum as best as we can. We also found out that we needed the infrastructure to be able to be effective when you are doing this segregation. The collection is one. Who collects? You find companies collecting waste which is segregated and mixing them up again, because there's the capacity to do that is not there. And even if they do that, when they send it to the places, the final places for usage, you need to have a facility to be linking them up. It doesn't have to be hard infrastructure. Sometimes it's just information. Where do I send plastics for recycling, which is easy to find so that you know where to take them. Sometimes even the collectors, people can come and collect it from you and then maybe you can generate some return. One last one is on the waste ties. I'm sure all of us have some waste ties hiding somewhere in our homes. What do we do with them? These are good resources that we can use.